What is up? Welcome into the Early Edge powered by SportsLine. I am your host, Allan Bell, and we have a glorious show prepared for you this Sunday morning. And you know what? Live from the meat locker, we are not going to waste any time. Jeweler, let's bring in the stars of the show. I want to see their faces. Look at the boys, looking sharp. Now, before we introduce them, Jeweler, if you could pull up the recap from yesterday, I want to take a look at that real quick. Look at that. A lot of nice check marks. Now, I'll go ahead and eat it for the entire group here. Florida did not show up against LSU yesterday. That was an incredibly disappointing performance, but we got a lot of check marks. Jay Smooth and M Squared both go perfect yesterday. Nice work, boys, there. And you can see it across the board. A lot of nice green, a lot of check marks. Always love to see that. Now, let's talk to our guys here. M Squared, looking sharp, brother. Got a nice Patagonia on, a Braves hat. Looking good, buddy. How we doing?
I'm good. The Braves hat came in yesterday morning. I threw it on the head. They got the win. Huge win for them. Huge win for myself and everyone on the Early Edge team yesterday. And now we've got football on the TV. So if I'm distracted, it's because I'm watching the Jacksonville or the London Jaguars, as I like to call them. It's a nice little home game for them. But let's see if they can score some points.
Yeah, I like having NFL games at 8:30 in the morning. Now, this is the last London game of the year, right? I think we only have two this year. Yeah. Jay Smooth, a sharp-looking vest from you as well, my man. How we doing?
Thanks, dude. Had to join the club when I saw you guys all rocking the Patagucci this morning. Just here to try to bring out another lossless day.
I feel you on that. Maestro, what's going on, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing well. I'm just wishing the Jaguars would stop being the Jaguars and catch the ball on 3rd and 5 on a perfect throw from Trevor Lawrence.
Especially when you hit the tight end, right? Like, heaven forbid you hit him right in the hands between the numbers. You know what I mean? All right, let's get into storylines that affect the betting lines for today, NFL Week 6. And Maestro, coming back to you, you got something for us on the Ravens-Chargers matchup today.
Yeah, the storyline going into this game has been all about how the Chargers are totally vulnerable against the run, which is true. They stack the box 9% of the time, which is the lowest in all of football, and how the Ravens should be able to run all over them. But if you look in the last two games, the Ravens running game has not been there. 94 yards per game, 3.4 yards per carry. Their streak of 100-yard rushing ended last week. I mean, they're missing J.K. Dobbins with the explosiveness because Latavius Murray 6 for 17 last week. Tyson Williams 4 for 6. Devontae Freeman 1 carry, 1 yard. They're missing Ronnie Stanley. They're missing Nick Boyle. They're blocking tight end. So I'm not saying they are going to have some success, but I don't think it's a given that they're going to run for 200 yards against the Chargers.
Man, I cannot wait to watch that game. There's so many good games on the board today, but that one especially, it's going to be fantastic. Now, we won't waste any more time in terms of me talking. We'll jump right into our site play here for today. And we're going to our man, RJ White, who's saying take the Patriots plus 3.5 against the Cowboys today. And what he says, certainly the Cowboys are the better team, but Belichick showed up against the Buccaneers. He can put together a game plan to hang with an elite offense. New England was served a wake-up call last week. And while you can argue that the Patriots should be 1-4 after almost losing to the Texans, they could also be 4-1 after outplaying the Dolphins in a loss and coming up just short against Tampa Bay. Flip the timing of the Houston and Tampa Bay games, and he thinks the line comes in under 3. Maestro, I believe you had a thought on that game as well, correct?
Yeah, just a note on the referee in that game. That crew 18-10-1 against the number for home dogs. Just one more factor that plays into the Patriots.
Nice work. I love that you have these tidbits on the officiating here because it really does matter a whole lot. All right, M Squared. I'm definitely not going to do Coach's voice here, but I am going to throw it to you first. What you got, buddy?
Yeah, we're going to go back to Rondale Moore, someone I've talked about a lot early in the season. I think this is a fantastic spot for him. We're taking the over 38.5 receiving yards. I would play this one all the way up to 44.5 personally. I know it's an interesting number. We all know the upside that he possesses. He can easily take one to the house pretty much anytime he touches it. But this one is about the zone coverage that he'll be facing. The Cleveland Browns run zone coverage so far this season on 78% of snaps, making him one of the top zone defensive teams in the NFL. That's going to limit the deep ball. That's going to limit Christian Kirk. By the way, Rondale Moore ran more routes than Christian Kirk last week. Now they're in a spot where they're not going to be able to take those deep shots to Christian Kirk. It's going to also limit DeAndre Hopkins because you want him in one-on-one man matchups. Yes, he can still sit down and find holes in the zone, but he draws extra attention. So look for the Arizona Cardinals to look for some short passes. By the way, no tight end that they're used to playing with this week. Max Williams out. Ertz not available yet. It's going to mean a lot of dump-offs to Chase Edmonds. It's going to be a lot of trying to get the football in Rondale Moore's hands. And then if you need an extra boost here, it is the weather. We're looking at 20-mile-per-hour sustained winds, 30-mile-per-hour gusts. Also going to limit those deep throws, especially on the Arizona side. Take Rondale Moore over 38.5 receiving yards.
It's always a great day when we get a weather report from M Squared as well. Jay Smooth, coming to you, buddy. You've got one play on the Dodgers today. What you got, my man?
Yeah, so I'm going to go with the Dodgers to come back from yesterday's loss and score a couple runs. I was able to get the team total over 4 on FanDuel this morning at -118. I think this is a great spot for the Dodgers. They've bounced back very well all season, especially in the postseason. Both losses in the first 2 games against the Giants, they came back and put up more than 5 runs. I think actually more than 7 runs. So I do think today's going to be a big spot for them. I don't really want to eat the juice on the money line, so this is how I'm choosing to take them to come back and put up a better performance. So, yeah, take the team total over 4 for the Dodgers.
Now, heading over to the anchor, as he's known, Maestro. Now, not only do I enjoy when we have 2 plays from the same game, I enjoy when we have 2 plays on the same guy. Maestro, give it to me, my man.
Yeah, well, when this guy came up in my research, and I actually admit that I had not seen PropStar's article, and then I went to look at his article, and he is also on this guy, so that made me feel a lot better. I'm talking about Ricky Seals-Jones. This guy is 6'5", 243. He's basically a wide receiver playing tight end for Washington, playing every single snap since Logan Thomas went out. We're in a shootout against the Chiefs with Terry McLaurin questionable. I'm sure he'll play, but Samuel's out. This is a receiving core that needs receivers, and look what he did last week against the Saints, who defend tight ends well. 9 targets, 5 catches, 41 yards, actually had a big gain, called back by penalty, so it could have been a monster day. So the numbers today are 3.5 on catches. I'm going over that. And the receiving yards, of course, PropStars got this in early. If you saw his article on SportsLine, he got it at 34.5. I'm still going to play it over 38.5. I still think there's a lot of room there because the Chiefs, number 1 most yards allowed to tight ends, number 7 most catches. I think we all remember what Dawson Knox did and what a lot of tight ends have been doing against this Chiefs defense, especially if Washington is playing from behind without a full complement of receivers. It should be another big game for Ricky Seals-Jones.
I love it. And look at that. Efficient. We got through all the picks. Nobody threw a golf ball at Lane Kiffin. All right. Hey, solid work. It's solid work. Jeweler, go ahead and pull up that recap screen for us. Oh, as Coach would say, it looks glorious. M Squared's on Rondale Moore over 38.5 receiving yards. Jay Smooth's on the Dodgers team total over 4. The Maestro, Ricky Seals-Jones, over 3.5 receptions. And Ricky Seals-Jones over 38.5 receiving yards. Site play, Patriots plus 3.5. And the Jeweler's Gym, looking sharp. Plus 160. We got the Packers plus 0.5 point. The Cardinals plus 9. The Rams -2. A nice little 3-leg teaser we have going on. It's going to be a good day. Now, everyone remember, we are going to be back live for you in 2 hours, all right? At 12 p.m. Eastern, we'll be back live. We're going to go for an hour. We're going to break down every single game, every single bet that you need in the NFL today. Whew. That was good. Now, here's the best part. I'm not going to do Coach's voice either. But what I am going to do is this. And you know what? Jody Struble in the comment section says, AB forgot to tell me to get my paper and pencil ready. You are correct. And I didn't do the voice for M Squared as well, but I've always wanted to do it. So before we go, we're going to do it for good luck, good betting karma today. And it's, you know the drill, son. All right. I thought it was all right. But everybody, we'll be back in your feeds, 12 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, it was not bad. It was not bad. We'll be back 12 p.m. Eastern. We'll break down every single bet. But until then, get these bets in. Have a good day. See you soon. Thank you.